everybody, let's talk about the second trimester as I lay in bed right now because that's just the reality of pregnancy. I am currently 15 weeks, 3 days pregnant. So, believe it or not, this may be controversial since I'm laying in bed at around 12:45 in the afternoon. I really am starting to get energy back. It's not that I'm tired anymore, I'm just still unmotivated. I'm definitely not napping and sleeping as much as I was in the first trimester, but I still just don't have a lot of energy to do things. Like, if I don't have a ton of things to do, I just lay down. Like, that's just what it is. So I'll just watch TV, read, scroll on social media, play a game. Like, I just don't really feel super motivated and like that energetic to be super productive. But I am out of the sleeping all of the time stage. So that's been great. My hunger and like eating patterns have definitely begun to level out. So first trimester, for me personally, which I know this is opposite, I know some people are nauseous and can't eat and end up throwing up and stuff. I luckily never threw up. I have not thrown up yet. And my first trimester, I was so hungry. Like, I'm a person who normally eats a lot anyway. Not afraid to admit that. Like, I eat a lot. So being pregnant, it was like times 2 of eating what I normally eat. So I'm like, holy crap, I'm eating 24/7. Like, I swear it was every single hour. I couldn't even leave the house without snacks. But here's the thing, I feel like I was making myself eat so much because the second I got hungry is when I started to feel nauseous. So I just like would not let myself get hungry. And I also just like genuinely felt hungry like all the time. And I feel like I gained weight really fast in the first trimester. I overall have gained 10 pounds, but that was mostly all in the first couple weeks. Like, not even joking, I haven't gained anything in the past few weeks. So now that my hunger is leveling out, I feel like I'm eating for sure breakfast, lunch, and dinner with maybe 2 to 3 snacks, depending on the day. So obviously, some days I am hungrier and some days I'm just not hungry at all. And I only end up having like my 3 meals or something. But I also have noticed, I think that because my body is stretching, my uterus is growing, my stomach is shrinking a little bit because I don't think I can eat as much in one sitting. So I feel like I'm kind of just like eating smaller portions throughout the day rather than like literally in the first trimester, I was eating all the time and large portions. And I think that's why I gained so much weight right off the bat, but I haven't gained anything in a few weeks. I'm glad that it is leveling out now. It's making me feel more human. What's also making me feel more human in the second trimester is my workouts have been a lot more consistent. So these past 2 weeks, I got 4 workouts in for each of those weeks. So it's been 8 workouts in the past 2 weeks. And that is probably the most that I did. I think I did 8 workouts the entire first trimester. Like, it was probably like once, maybe twice a week in the first trimester. I was just so tired and was a little nauseous and was just like eating, which would then make me feel like crap and just lay around. So like now that the eating is leveling out and I have been moving my body a lot more, I just am feeling a lot more like myself, other than the still not being like productive part. But that is what it is. My body is moving at 1,000 miles per hour. So I'm still going to lay around. Even if I'm not tired, I'm just going to enjoy watching TV and pretty much rotting unless I have something to do, and then I'll get up and do it. But when I don't have anything to do, I'm just enjoying resting. I have noticed for me in the second trimester, my headaches are definitely increasing. It's probably like maybe 2 to 3 times a week so far. I get headaches that are just so like aching, and it's like right here in the back of my head. And I notice they happen mostly if I stay up late. Like, if I stay up past around 10 o'clock the night before, if I'm like out doing something with friends or whatever, and I'm doing a lot of talking and just staying up later, the next morning I wake up with a pounding headache. Like, it seriously feels like I'm hungover, and I'm obviously not drinking. So that's like frustrating because I'm like, okay, I literally was in bed by midnight. I wasn't drinking, but here I am waking up with a pounding headache. That's just pregnancy. So that's something that's definitely increased in the second trimester for me. I didn't really have a lot of headaches in the first trimester, but definitely prevalent in the second. And I've also noticed a lot more ligament pain. I definitely feel like I am starting to stretch and grow. My body is expanding. In the beginning, like the first trimester, I was genuinely just bloated. And I think because of eating different foods than I normally do and eating so much, I felt like I was growing, but I was really probably just like gaining the weight and stuff. which is fine. Don't care. But now I feel like I'm legitimately like my body is feeling like it's stretching. And my uterus is feeling heavier, everything like that. My back has been hurting super bad. And I don't know if that's because of pregnancy or because of working out. It's probably a combo of both. I haven't been lifting like super, super heavy, but I still am lifting weights because I know that that's good for labor, and I just don't feel like cutting that out completely because I enjoy doing that. So I am still doing barbell squats, and I do more CrossFit stuff. So I'm doing like dumbbell snatches and I'm doing a lot of dumbbell stuff, not really as much barbell stuff other than back squats. And also kettlebells. I'm doing like kettlebell swings, step ups, functional movements, with just like a little bit of weight, nothing crazy. So I don't know if that's what's hurting my back, just getting back into the routine of moving again. And it's also probably that in a combo of pregnancy and just my body moving and changing. So I have recently tried to sleep with a pillow in between my legs, and I don't know if that's helping or not yet, but we will see. I'm not too worried about sleeping on my side yet because I am still pretty early. I don't think it matters until you're farther along. And I've also heard mixed things that like, okay, you can fall asleep on your side, but in the middle of the night, you may flip over to your back, and it is what it is. So I feel like I'm finding myself falling asleep on my back, but then I move to the side, which normally I'm a side sleeper, but like I've been falling asleep on my back recently. It's weird. But in regards to cravings, definitely salty, savory, sour. I usually am somebody who is like wanting chocolate peanut butter like Reese's or Kit Kats, but now I want all of like the Sour Patch Kids and sour Skittles and stuff, which is so funny. I also have been loving like Asian food because they use soy sauce and it's just salty, like sushi cooked, of course. No raw sushi, but I've been having a lot of cooked sushi, Asian noodles, and like stir fries. That has been really hitting the spot, along with pickles. Pretty much just anything salty and sour is what I've been wanting. Appointment in about a week and a half. So it's not this week, but it's next week. And that is my 16, 17 week checkup. And I think at that one, they do a full exam of everything, find the heartbeat, blood pressure, all of that jazz. And then the appointment after that is the big anatomy scan, gender. Oh my gosh. So excited for that one because we haven't gotten an ultrasound since 7 weeks when it was just a little bean. So like seeing it on the screen as like an actual baby, like I could cry thinking about it because it's gonna be wild. Other than that, I think that's everything. Definitely starting to get more of a cute bump, mentally feeling a lot better, I think, because of my hunger leveling out, working out a little bit more, which just makes me feel like myself because that's normally what I do. And I just feel like I'm not as inflamed and like puffy, and my body is kind of starting to look like actually cute and pregnant now, which is just easier mentally to try to like dress and do things. So, people at work still don't know. I just don't feel like announcing it, but I'm really gonna have to soon because it's getting harder to hide, and I just feel like I'm always looking like Adam Sandler when I go to work, and I would like to wear like a tight shirt again and like look cute, and people just know that I'm pregnant. So that'll probably be coming in the next few weeks. That's all the updates I have right now. I need to stop talking or I'll just keep rambling. So see you in the next update. Actually, so embarrassed at how bad I've been at doing updates in this second trimester vlog. I just am tired and busy, and I just forget to pick up my camera, and then like days go by and I'm like, oh, I was gonna do an update and I just haven't done it yet. But anyway, here we are, almost 18 weeks, 17 weeks, 5 days today. So we are getting there, people. It is flying by, honestly. Like a lot of people say that it drags, and I'm sure towards the end I'm gonna be like, wow, okay, I'm done with this. But like so far it has been flying by. I think it's just because I am super busy, and I feel like counting in like the weeks makes it seem faster because for me, weeks fly by, like my work week. So it's like I'm starting the 17th week, and then before I know it, it's like, oh, you're gonna be 18 weeks in like 2 days, and it's just wild. But to update you on what's going on and how I'm feeling, last week we had our, would have been the 16-week appointment, and everything went great. The heart rate was 156, and we just talked. We didn't have like an exam or anything, just found the heart rate and went over any questions and concerns, easy peasy. And then we talked about scheduling the anatomy scan, which usually happens between like 18 and 21 weeks. And my doctor was really funny because he was like, you know, if you're really anxious, we can do it at 18, but we like to do 20 weeks. And I'm like, no, I'm anxious. I want to do 18 because I haven't gotten an ultrasound since literally 7 weeks when they were just a little bean. Like I didn't get an ultrasound at 12, 13 weeks like a lot of people do. So I haven't actually like seen the baby like on the ultrasound. So I'm like, the earlier the better. Like I want to do it when like the earliest we can. So I will be going to do the anatomy scan next Tuesday, which is like 6 days away. Crazy. So I'll be like 18 and a half-ish weeks. And I feel like it'll be fine. Like most people say that they got ultrasounds at like 17, 18 weeks and saw like everything, you know, and they wouldn't have it that you could schedule at 18 weeks if you weren't going to be able to see everything. So super, super excited about that. Cannot wait to see baby. Cannot wait to just get confirmation that everything is going good because obviously I'm putting out there that everything has been amazing. Baby's heart rate has been super fast and super strong this whole time. So just staying positive about everything. We did do the spina bifida test. So we opted out of genetic testing just for our own reasons. Just didn't want to do that. But we did do spina bifida because that is just a blood draw and it's a very definite like yes or no, where I feel like the genetic testing can be like percentages and chances, and it just kind of like stresses me out more than helping, I feel like. But the spina bifida just tests if there's a certain hormone that if like the skull and spine hasn't developed properly, a hormone is like released and then will be positive on the blood test or something like that. I'm not a doctor, don't quote me on that. Something along those lines. So we were like, okay, sure, because if it comes back positive, that's just something that they look for in the anatomy scan and something that they will monitor throughout the pregnancy to just make sure that everything like develops properly. So we did that, got the results back, and they were negative. So that definitely made me feel good too, just hoping that everything is developed how it should be. And then after that appointment, we go back for our 20-week appointment. So it'll be like we were there last week, and then we'll be there in 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks. So yeah, I can't believe it's already almost halfway. Like I can't believe 20 weeks is halfway. That's just wild because when you find out you're pregnant, you're already like 3 to 4 weeks. It's just a very crazy experience. And then also along the lines of the anatomy scan, that's when you can also find out the gender if you haven't done it already. There's definitely blood tests and obviously the genetic testing that you can do early to find out, but we just wanted to find out at the anatomy. But we are not just finding out like in the room. I'm going to have the ultrasound tech put it in an envelope. And then we're taking it right to the bakery and they're doing the cake that will either be blue or pink in the inside. And then my husband and I are just doing an intimate gender reveal, just the two of us. And we are not sharing the gender. We're not planning on sharing the gender until they're here. So freaking excited to find out the gender, like just us. And it's going to be so hard to not let it slip. I'm very aware of the fact that like it could slip. And at the end of the day, if it happens, I'm not going to get super worked up about it. And that's what my sister said, just go in like with an open mindset that if people find out, like you're going to be okay. And I'm like, yeah, totally. Like I'm not going to be pissed off about it. So that's that. And along the lines of how I've been feeling, overall good. I can't complain about being like sick or nauseous or anything. Like I'm still eating. I am just tired, which I think is just normal. I mean, the baby is taking all of my energy and nutrients every day. So obviously I'm going to be just like run down and tired, just unmotivated. It's hard because you just don't feel like yourself. Like people ask how I'm doing and I'm like, I'm good. Like I'm not sick or anything, but it's still just, you don't feel like yourself and it's just hard. I've also discovered that I have sciatic pain, nerve pain. I thought for the longest time it was muscle related and I just needed to like stretch, loosen it up, do foam rolling. Yeah, no, I've discovered that it is actual nerve pain because the more stretching and foam rolling I was doing made it worse. One night I was rolling it out and stretching and then I went to stand up and I could not even walk, literally to the point where I was like almost screaming and I was crying and freaking out because I was like, what is happening? And this pain has been going on for a few weeks now, but like I said, I thought it was just muscle. So I kept kind of just trying to like work through it and not resting, which is the worst thing that you can do for nerve pain. Nerve pain, basically all you can do is rest, heating pads, like Epsom salt, magnesium oil on it, massages, cupping, rather than doing like the stretching and foam rolling and like overusing it. So I kind of messed up on that aspect, but now that I know what it is and I'm kind of getting ahead of it, I really hope that I can kind of subside some of the feelings for a couple weeks to get some relief. I'm very aware of the fact that it can continue the entire pregnancy, which is very scary because it is so painful, and I'm literally like limping at work. Like I'm walking to the office limping and I'm telling my coworkers like, hey, yeah, I'm just limping around because I have freaking nerve pain from this baby. And yeah, it's just not a very fun time, but it also could be the baby like sitting on a nerve and pinching something. It could be from my hips rotating, my organs moving. Like there's so many factors that go into it. And obviously at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'll deal with it. I'll work through it, but it's definitely hard. I think that's all the updates that I have right now. I will give you a little bump update. I think it's definitely starting to pop the past couple days, and I think baby is starting to move up as time goes. Obviously, they start super low in your uterus and they're moving up. So I just feel like they're kind of hitting more of like my stomach because it's definitely just like getting harder and getting more of like a bump. So that is super exciting. So I'll show you that. Hopefully you can see in this lighting, but I'm wearing like a one-piece like jumper thing, but this is the bump. It's funny because like straight on, like you can't really tell. Like if I'm just like this and then it's like, bam, baby. So yeah, this is my almost 18 weeks bump. Definitely feels much better when you start to get the actual bump and it's not just so much bloating and inflammation that you feel just blah. Like I actually feel better everywhere else and that I'm actually just getting like a cute bump now. My husband keeps like looking at me and he's like, you're so small. And I'm like, what do you mean I don't feel small? And he's like obviously you have the belly, but he's like, everywhere else just like looks so tiny, like you're so cute. And I'm like, well, thank you. That makes me feel good. Because in the beginning, I definitely was worried about gaining a lot of weight really quickly. Like I gained 10 pounds like right off the bat, but I also was eating a lot and not moving my body. And then the eating kind of subsided where like I'm just eating normally and I was able to start working out a little bit again. So I feel like the inflammation and bloating like went down and I just kind of like look like myself with like a little bump now. So but that's all the updates I have right now. The next update will probably be after the anatomy scan. So I'll see you soon. Hold on, I'm actually laughing at this angle. Ignore all the fuzzies. I just got this sweatshirt, so it's like all the fuzzies are coming off on this, but this looks so funny. Aw. Today is anatomy scan day. I'm like so freaking excited. I actually like can't contain myself. I was so nervous like the few weeks leading up to this appointment, but now that it's here, I'm just like actually so excited. I just feel like everything's okay. Everything's gonna be great. And you just have to like go into this appointment with a positive mindset. I think that's the best thing to do. Also, like every time we hear the heartbeat, it's so strong and fast, and our spina bifida test came back negative. And I've been feeling so many flutters. Like I was feeling just like a few here and there, but now I feel like it's like 10 times a day I'm feeling like some sort of like little flutter or just like little movement. So I just feel like everything's gonna be amazing, and I'm just so excited to see the baby because we haven't gotten an ultrasound since 7 weeks. I think I'm gonna cry at this one because it might hit me. Like, holy crap, this thing is in my uterus. Like, I'm growing this because sometimes it just doesn't feel real. Please don't hate me. I have been so bad with updates. The last time we talked was 18 and a half weeks when I was going to the anatomy scan, and I'm now 21 weeks today. I haven't even updated you since. Like, I'm so sorry, but we're gonna talk about everything right now. So this is gonna be kind of a long update because we've got a lot to catch up on. So, first off, look at, oh my goodness. Is this just not the cutest thing you've ever seen? Oh, I'm gonna cry all over again looking at it. Everything went fantastic. Like, that was the coolest ultrasound ever because the last time I got one, 7.5 weeks, they were like nothing really at that point, just like a little bean. So actually seeing like the full like formed baby and the toes and the hands, it was absolutely incredible. And obviously like look at the hands. Oh my goodness. They were like making a fist. Oh, and also they kept staring at us. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, right there. Oh wait, this one. It like is very freaky. It looks like a scary movie because all you can see is like the nose and like eye sockets and not just like the full, I don't know. But everything went great. The baby is measuring so big, 94th percentile, and at 18 and a half weeks, they were 11 ounces. So at this point, 21, like they're definitely probably a pound if they continue to grow fast. But we also do know the gender, and it's very hard to not say it because we've also been saying the pronoun to each other, but me and my husband are the only ones that know right now. I posted a TikTok of us doing our reveal, and I stopped it right when we found out, and we also did it in like black and white, and so many people were like yelling at me about it, and like I literally don't care. It's my life and I can do what I want. And so many people were like, then why did you even post the video? And I'm like, because our reactions and like us leading up to the moment, I thought was so cute, like just showing our personality, whatever. I don't need to explain myself, but since we did go a little early, so it was 18 and a half weeks, they mentioned that the skull was not like fully circled yet. It had like some of the like the lumps. It kind of like looked squarish as well. And that's literally just because we went early, and our ultrasound tech was like, well, because you guys were impatient and came early, like this isn't fully like circled yet, but nothing to worry about there. That's just like what happens when you come early, which I was kind of peeved about because it kind of made me feel like crap because she's like, oh, you came early, like kind of making us feel bad about it. And I was like, the doctor literally said we could. Like, if it was going to be a problem, like I'm sure our doctor would have been like, no, wait until 20 weeks, whatever. It just kind of irritated me. But yeah, everything went amazing. I will not joke with you right now about how nervous I was. And I know in the video before I was like, I'm not even nervous, like I'm so excited. And obviously I was very, very excited. But the moment we got in the car to start driving, and we also left so early because we were just so anxious. But the second we got in the car, I felt like I was going to pass out. Like walking into the doctor's office, I think I blacked out. Like I never thought that something was wrong, but it is just freaking scary. And like the best you can do is tell yourself that your body is doing everything that it like should and that it needs to be, and everything is fine, which obviously everything was fine, but it's still just scary. And I just want to be transparent about that. Like no matter what, it's just a big appointment. It's just a big deal. So I actually thought that I was gonna pass out, and leaving that appointment, I felt so much better. And then since that, so that was just the ultrasound, the anatomy scan at 18 and a half weeks. And then I had to go back just earlier this week for the actual 20-week appointment, and that was like a pretty boring appointment. The doctor just came in and said anatomy scan looks great. The spina bifida test was negative, which we already knew. And then she was just mentioning how I have to take the glucose test at my next one. So at 24 weeks, I'm taking the glucose, which I thought that was at 28, but I guess you can do it at 24 or at 28, which I guess is better to get it done. And then we also are starting to measure my belly at this point, which that is so crazy to me that they can just measure your belly and like know what week you are. So like the medical world is so crazy to me. But she measures my belly and she said I'm exactly on track for, at that point it was 20 weeks or whatever. So that is amazing as well. Like I said, pretty boring appointment. We were literally in and out. So today's November 1st and my glucose appointment is November 25th. And it's kind of gonna be crappy because I have to literally go there. I have 5 minutes to drink the drink, and then I just have to sit there for an hour, like at the doctor's office. And I, for some reason, thought that you could like take the drink home and you drank it like before you went there. I don't know. I guess maybe they just want to like monitor you the second you're drinking it. I don't know. I think my stomach is officially shrinking because I definitely cannot eat as much in one sitting. Like I get full much quicker and my hunger has definitely leveled out. I definitely am getting like a bump. I'm gonna insert a picture from a couple days ago when I was going to work and I decided to dress up the bump and actually show it off for the first time at work. Like a lot of people know that I'm pregnant at work, but I usually wear like a vest or a jacket or a cardigan, like where you can kind of like cover it, but I had it fully out and I actually loved it. Like, oh, also from the anatomy scan, I learned that I have an anterior placenta. I struggle to say the word, which is completely normal, happens all the time. The only downfall of it is that it could be harder to feel movements. That's what the doctor said. Now, for me, that has not been an issue. I legitimately think I've been feeling movement since 17 weeks. And it's like, obviously at that point it was very, very small flutters here and there, like not consistent. But now at 21 weeks, I feel movement all day, literally all day, except when I'm like working out and like physically active. But if I'm just sitting down at my desk, laying down watching TV, in the car driving, I feel movement all the time, which is obviously amazing and it makes me feel great. There was even a point that I think 2 times now my husband has also felt it by putting his hand on my stomach, and it's a very quick just like pulse. Like it's almost like a that's the best I can explain it. And like he doesn't even know. He's like, wait, was that it? And I'm like, yes, that was it. Like that's what I felt, and if you felt it, that was definitely like the baby. So that has been cool, and I love that like I am feeling the movement so early, probably because they are bigger. I'm assuming I'm just like feeling it more because I know a lot of people with anterior placenta, see I can't say it, anterior placentas don't feel it until closer to like 24 weeks. And yeah, 21 weeks, I feel it all the time, which has been really freaking cool. In terms of my energy and my exhaustion that I've complained about, I feel like every time I talk about how I'm feeling, I don't want to jinx it, but this week I'm feeling so much better. For some reason, I just like, I don't know, I was super motivated. I was actually sticking to like things that I said I was gonna do. I felt more productive. It felt really good. I just kind of felt like myself more this week. So I hope that stays for a little bit. I know in the 3rd trimester, everyone says that your energy just kind of goes away again, which makes sense, but I want to enjoy just like feeling good for a little bit. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I really needed to do this update for a while, and I'm sorry I've been sucking. I've also just been so busy. I've had like 2 weddings and been gone every weekend, and obviously during the week I'm working and I'm in grad school, so I just feel like I have a lot going on where I can't ever sit down and talk. And then I sit down and talk and I'm just like chatty, chatty, chatty. I think that's all that I have for now. If I think of anything, I will hop back in, hopefully. Don't know when the next time Don't know when the next time we're gonna talk is, but see you soon. Hey everyone, coming in with a much needed update, and it's also an important but a little bit dreadful of a day. It is glucose test day. So I am now 24 weeks and 3 days pregnant. So the glucose test usually happens between 24 and 28 weeks, and I think my doctor is doing it like on the earlier side just because I had a 24-week checkup anyway. So they're like, let's just do it when you're here, obviously, so then I don't have to come back in like 2 weeks or something, which is nice. I was told to eat something before I go, so I just had 2 eggs, 2 scrambled eggs, and a Greek yogurt. They said higher protein and not like a bunch of carbs and sugar because I'm gonna go be drinking a bunch of sugar and it'll like throw off the test or whatever. So just had that. I have to leave in about a half hour, so I'm just sitting at my desk finishing up some last minute things before I head out. I have to be there for a while because once I get there, I think there's like 5 to 10 minutes to drink the drink, and then I have to wait for an hour to then get my blood drawn. So I'm gonna take my Kindle, I'm gonna take my work phone to look through emails, and just kind of hang out, I guess. Not super exciting. I told my husband to just obviously not worry about coming to this one. He had to go into work today anyway, but I was like, it's gonna be pretty boring just sitting there, so don't even worry about it. Like nothing crazy, fun, exciting is happening. So that's that. How I've been feeling Definitely growing, starting to feel heavy in the front. Working out is getting hard with the breathing. Like everything is definitely moving up and I'm starting to feel it, like waking up, feeling heavy, feeling like a little bit in pain, back aches when I'm sitting at like my office chair for a while. But overall, obviously everything's been great. I cannot complain. I haven't been super sick or anything. Just obviously starting to just feel very pregnant. Knock on wood. Don't want to jinx this, but I've been getting a little bit of energy back and it's been absolutely amazing. Like, it's bizarre to me how draining, like you feel, how drained you feel at the beginning. And then even for me through the second trimester, I was just so exhausted. No energy, no motivation, no discipline. All I wanted to do was lay on the couch. I couldn't do anything, but the past like week and a half, I've been pretty productive. I've been getting things done. I've been wanting to do things. I've been feeling like myself. So that's been like so nice. And I really hope that stays for a little bit. I really can't believe how fast it's going. Like for finding out at basically 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, and it now being 24 weeks, I'm like, it's like scary how fast life goes. Like when things are going on, I don't know. It's just crazy. I mean, I already know by like 30 something, like 32, 33 weeks, like I'm gonna be so ready just because like I'm so excited for them to already be here. Like my husband and I talk about it constantly, just, oh my gosh, we just want the baby here. Like we're so excited and we still have like a decent amount to go, but it still is going fast, but it's actually probably gonna go pretty fast with the holidays too. And we're going on a trip. We're gonna be in Florida for literally like 10 days or something. So yeah, a lot going on, but feeling good. And I'll keep you updated on how this glucose test goes. Guys, I am just checking back in after the glucose test because I realized I never did that because I'm like the worst vlogger. Also very aware of the fact that this hairstyle is like not working. I don't care because the past 3 nights I've gotten like no sleep. It's just poor quality sleep. I'm tossing and turning. I just feel like I'm laying there with my eyes closed. I'm never actually going to sleep. My brain won't stop. Like it's just insomnia. I can never say the word. Insomnia. That word. Yeah. That's definitely happening right now. So I just like, I don't care. I actually feel the life being sucked out of me at this point. Appearance is at the very bottom of the totem pole. Anyway. Glucose test went really well. It wasn't bad at all. I don't know why people like make it seem like it's the worst thing ever. I drank the stuff in like 2 minutes and I think I had 5 minutes. It personally didn't upset my stomach at all. I think it did make me tired like the next day. That very well could just be me because I've been tired this entire pregnancy. But I know a lot of people say that it makes them tired like the day of, which I felt fine. I literally went to the gym afterwards. But then the next day I was kind of like, whoa, I haven't felt this tired in a minute. So I don't know if that affected it, but I did end up passing with a 72. I think the range was 70 to 90 or 70 to 100. I think my doctor said they get concerned when it's over like 130 or something. So passed very well. Healthy girly, yay. I am 25 weeks, 5 days today. Crazy, almost 26 weeks. We literally only have a couple weeks left of this trimester. Then we're on to the third. I will say it's getting hard. It's a different type of hard than the first trimester, obviously, because the first trimester, you're just like nauseous, you're like worried about things, you're just unsure, like, I don't know. It's just a different type of hard. Now I'm just like I said, feeling the life being sucked out of me at this point. It's getting hard to breathe when I walk up the stairs. It's getting hard to do anything. So, yeah. But we are getting there. We're getting like really close. Ah, I'm so excited. Anyway, I need to stop blabbing. So I'll see you guys in the next check-in. The shirt kind of makes me look naked because it's skin color. We're 27 weeks today, everybody. Wait, yeah, this actually looks like my skin. Maybe I need to change the shirt. Hold on, does it look that? Whoa, I'm holding toilet paper. Does this look silly? Hold on, let me just zip it up. There we go, that's kind of better. I don't know how to dress myself anymore. It's been an experience. I don't really like maternity jeans. When I go to work, all I wear is like dresses, but it's now getting very cold in Michigan. Like it's like 10 degrees today. So dresses aren't gonna work for that much longer. I do have a pair of maternity leggings that I can dress up with a cardigan, but it's like, can I wear that like all the time? And at the office, they're gonna be like, do you own other clothes? My husband keeps reminding me like, you're pregnant, it's fine. But like, I just wanna feel cute again. This isn't too frumpy. Plus, like I said, it's cold, so we gotta go to the grocery store. I'll probably have to throw a winter coat on anyway, and you won't even see it, but yay, 27 weeks. This is the last week of the second trimester, I think. I don't know if the third trimester starts at the beginning of 28 weeks or the end of 28 weeks. However, for my video purposes and my purposes, I'm gonna wrap this up after this week. So this is gonna be the last week of, sorry, I can't breathe. So this is gonna be the last week of the second trimester vlog, and then we're gonna move on to the third trimester vlog starting at 28 weeks. So in this vlog, I think the last thing that we're gonna have is a doctor's appointment, and then we'll wrap it up from there. So we're moving and grooving and growing, and yeah, this looks like my skin. I don't know, maybe I need to change. Bye. It's actually crazy how just getting ready for the day makes you feel so much better. Even though I don't really know how to dress, I feel like this is cute, right? Why is that? Okay, there we go. That looks better. These are literally just Amazon maternity leggings, and this sweatshirt is from Shein. But putting myself together always feels better. So today is the last doctor's appointment of the second trimester. So it's like the 28-week appointment. I'm 27 weeks and like 3 days right now. So we're going a little bit early because next week is Christmas, and also we're out of town. So we're just going this week, but it should be a really quick appointment. Just the normal looking for the heartbeat, asking any questions, weight, blood pressure, and all of that jazz. So cannot believe it's like the end of the second trimester. I'm definitely starting to feel it. I'm feeling heavy. Everything's feeling like pressure. I was just thinking this morning as I was getting ready, I should probably start eating smaller meals, because I feel like in my head I'm like eating like I normally would because I'm used to that. But this morning, like I had 2 pieces of avocado toast, which is normal for me. Like I normally eat a lot, but I'm like starting to eat and feel like stomach aches even when it's like my normal amount. So I think I need to cut it back to smaller meals like throughout the day rather than like a larger meal. So I'm gonna try that and see if that helps, because I've just been feeling like really heavy and like pressure, which obviously is part of being pregnant, but I think I might be overstuffing myself a little bit. I'm officially in the third trimester tomorrow, and I will say I think I'm starting to feel the third trimester like plummet. Like my energy is like starting to be depleted right when I was like, oh, I'm feeling so good. Yeah, this week has been pretty rough. I've been in the trenches in the rut and not able to sleep very good, kind of just feeling heavy. My body's full of sand and cement. That's the best way to describe it. So with that being said, wrapping up this vlog here. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. The third trimester vlog will be super fun because there will be a lot of things happening and baby will be coming. So make sure to subscribe so you can see that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.